The past few months have been extremely boring.
So we've got a leak somewhere on this slide on the corners here.
It's awesome. I mean, huge safety for what they were.
This is the pizza dough. So see how it kind of, it's not going to spring back that much. I think we'll show them the roof. So if you want to know if we have a job next week,
Tune back in.
yeah, tune back in.
But this is our favorite thing, well, mine,
Upgrade
that we've
this
done.
winter,
Yeah.
or this, yeah.
So, let me show you.
Morning. Well, it's only 9:20, so it's still morning, I guess. If you've watched any of our other day in the life type videos, we usually get up way early, like 4:30 or 5:30, just because Chase is a welder. If you're new here, we've been full-time RVers for almost 4 years now, traveling the country for Chase's work. He works on various power plants and refineries. The past few months have been extremely boring. I mean, boring in the sense of if you see other RVers and how they, I guess, what you would expect, it's been pretty boring. We haven't gone on any adventures or excursions or seen really new places, and that's okay. So we're going to discuss that today. We're also going to discuss a few upgrades that we've done to the camper today that I think would be very beneficial for really anyone. I think we'll also discuss the cold snap that's coming, which is not going to be very bad, what we do to stay warm in a camper. Granted, it is not snowing and it's not a blizzard. If you are in some colder climate, maybe these tips will help you as well. I think we're also going to make homemade pizza today for dinner.
Sounds wonderful.
I think we're also going to discuss the whole work situation because it's been a little over a month. We were supposed to do a job just south of where we are right now, and it fell through, which is totally fine. We actually just moved the camper north. Cam.
You see those little birds?
Oh, he sees those birds. Look how cute he is. So our friends, good morning. We decided to move the camper just north of where we were because we were staying on property. I know some people would say, well, why don't you go off an adventure or drive down somewhere further south? Well, the reason is because it was very last minute. We want to try to stay somewhere centrally-ish located to where if we do take a job, it would be very easy for us to go east or west for a job. Thankfully, where we're staying at is very cheap, like $4.15 a month, which I will share once we leave. I'll share where we're at. Sorry, we're also on a freeway. So if you hear any of that, I apologize. We're gonna take you along today. I don't know what Chase has planned for today. What do you have planned for today?
We've got a small little issue / leak with our bedroom slide. Tried to reseal it and it just doesn't want to take to it for some, well, it's taken to it, but there's a plastic. Our camper's a 2010, so it's a little bit different than some of these other ones, and so it just doesn't want to take to the black plastic that's underneath it. So I love a Turn-A-Bond. I hate a Turn-A-Bond. Turn-A-Bond is best just used for patching, but I'm going to put some Turn-A-Bond along the bottom of it so that hopefully it will quit leaking, because water in campers, they don't, nothing, it's just not good. It's supposed to start snowing / raining tomorrow morning, so I'm trying to, I would like for it to get done by then, but hopefully it'll take to it.
I think we'll show them the roof and what you've been doing up there, and then maybe some tips and tricks for other people.
Yeah, it's just winter time, just doing little things, just kind of doing what I can to kind of reseal some things. And
if you've watched, I don't know when it was, last week or the week before, when we did that massive decluttering, that took a couple days, because when we got rained out a few times with like the drop box and stuff, that is pretty much done. For the most part, our camper is pretty good, clean shape for the most part. Like, it doesn't take long to put it back together, feels really clean. So that did take a little bit of time. The reason why we started this channel was to bring to life a very real part of RV life that not many people see. Like, we're not doing anything different than what we did before starting YouTube, because we haven't been doing YouTube for very long, and we've been full-timers for almost 4 years. So anything that we do is not out of the normal. It's not something to where, oh, we gotta, since we started YouTube, we gotta always go on adventures and stuff like that, which if some of their channels that's what it's based on, that's totally fine. But for us, we wanted to be very, I guess, the same before and after, if that makes sense.
Sometimes, like right now, we're parked here for a month paying really cheap lot rent. It's nice just to be able to not do anything, just to relax.
We'll also discuss work later in this video. It's been kind of nice to just chill. Let's take you along with us today. Some of y'all are gonna be like, this is very boring, but you know what? This is very realistic, and this is RV life for you.
Yes.
Also, sorry for all the lighting. We have all of our windows open to let the sun in to heat up the camper. That is also a very good tip. Welcome to a boring day of RV life. All right, put the mics on because it is extremely loud outside. Like I said, we are on a freeway. I got some laundry done. I should say it's in the process of drying. I did about 2 loads, which isn't too terrible. Thankfully, laundry is pretty cheap here. It is $2.50 to wash a big load and then $1.75 to dry. A lot of times y'all don't see when we are, I guess, talking about certain projects and kind of brainstorming. Sometimes it takes us a little bit. So it's currently, I think, almost 12 or something like that. We're going to go check on Chase.
Can I help real quick?
Yeah.
It's like, kind of help give me a hand. Like help, I just need you to help take the weight off.
Yeah, I can.
I really don't want to be videoing this, but you know what? It is what it is. You just want to just hold it on that end right there for now, or if you just want to kind of unravel it.
Yeah, I can do that.
And just pull it tight. Pull it tight, get it to where you want it, and then kind of hold your finger to where you can give me a little bit, about an inch or two of excess, and I'm gonna cut it. You got it?
Yeah.
Just with your finger, you know what I mean? Thanks. Like I said, this is not what I wanted. Kind of walk with me, kind of give me some. See if this is gonna work. We'll roll it on.
Yeah.
In a minute. I might surprise myself with this stuff.
Yeah, it looks good.
I really do. It sounds silly. Is there something weird
Do
coming
it.
from that direction this way? It smells weird. What if it's just road smells, just rubber, just
Probably.
something, just exhaust?
It looks good. Here.
Now, I don't know where I want to terminate it at. Oh, my hands.
So you want to explain to them what you just did?
Yeah, so we've got a leak somewhere on this slide on the corners here. I've tried caulking and I've tried some things to do it, and I'm over it. And we got to get this fixed because we can't be having water leaking in here. I'm gonna use a Turnabond now to hopefully that'll resolve the issue. I put recaulking, so hopefully everything will be sealed up. But now I'm just taking the Turnabond and I'm placing it in here to where I'm gonna put over it this too.
Well, your resealing for the caulking turned out really well.
Huh?
When you caulked it again, it turned out really well.
It turned out really well, but it didn't want to seem like it didn't want to
stick in some spots.
Yeah, you can't be having that.
We also learned that a Turnabond needs to be at room temperature when it's cold outside.
Just kind of keep it
So
in
we've
the
been
sun,
sticking
keep it in
it-
the sun,
yeah.
just kind of stayed heated up.
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned this is our bedroom slide.
Yes. It don't look bad.
No, it looks really good. You also re-screwed, tightened up all the screws.
All the screws all the way around it.
Yeah, and then Chase added this screw right here because there was actually no screw right here, surprisingly. I mean, you would think that there'd be one at the end, but there wasn't one there. And Chase also caulked around all of the screws. So Chase re-caulked all this and up there too. Actually, this whole side's pretty much been like bottom part and everything, but it's just right, kind of hard to tell, y'all. But this part right here, you can barely see. It's like not wanting to stick. There's a few holes.
To this black.
The rest is fine, but to
black
the black
plastic, it's just not wanting to
yeah,
stick.
it's not wanting to stick to it. Oh, we also got some new gaskets. I think that will be next week when it gets a little bit warmer because it's between the rain and stuff that's coming. We're just not gonna have time. And then between a work situation, which will be next week's video that's coming, we're just not gonna have time. I think the gaskets are gonna be a next week
Yeah, I think so.
project.
I hear you, Kenai.
So what's the plan now?
I'm going to take off those little seal wiper seal, the seal wiper seal
Oh,
right here, screws. And then we're gonna put on, this allows us to give us a little bit more room to, it's gonna be better to do one scene than it is to do multiple scenes. And I'll probably have you hold that up whenever
Yeah,
I get
do
ready
that.
though. That's what I'm worried about right there. But what I'll be able to do is I should be able to caulk. I'll just caulk a little bit around it so it won't, like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like around here. Man, this is gonna be nice, y'all. I really wanna hope it works.
I think it will.
I think it will. So I think we agreed that that's a good size for
Yeah.
it. Can you hold that up right there?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to hold this end here so you just with your finger.
Sorry.
Just enough to where I think if I just go right here, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's right there. Hold it right there.
Yeah, I
got it.
All right.
There you
There
go.
you go. Let's give yourself a little bit extra just in case. Take you some mineral spirits. Kind of put it on your towel here, and then do it on your scissors. Then you won't have to worry about it. The tacky stuff sticking onto your scissors.
Nice.
We don't need this, but save it just in case. Mineral spirits here. Get a nice little good. One more wipe. Good wipe. Let it dry. Dry now.
Nice.
I'll have you hold that up here in a second.
Yeah.
Let's see. Not take it off real quick. Won't look too bad.
No, looks good.
I am have to put some caulking right in here though,
Yeah.
so we don't get water.
Looks good.
All right, it's currently 1 something. I made some lunch. We haven't had this in a while. These goodles, is that how I pronounce them? Mac and cheese and ground beef mixed together. I make the ground beef like a chili or taco, whatever, but we're trying to eat through the pantry, and that is a pantry meal. Pretty easy and straightforward, doesn't take a lot of time. But Chase was taking off some caulking on one side. You got the Eternabond tape done for the other bottom part.
Turned out really good. I think it's gonna fix our leak issue permanently, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's time for a little lunch break. A little smoke break.
We'll show you what it looks like, but it's just kind of cold or whatever outside. And then laundry is done. I just need to fold it. But yeah, Kenai is living his best life.
You almost got all off.
Taking this old caulking off that I did, and gotten way better with my caulking over the years.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely takes a lot of practice.
it does.
So don't be discouraged. I want to show you what Chase did. So we finished. He did this one over here too. You can see the Eternabond tape here. So he did that, and then he took off all the caulking on here, and then he's going to clean it and then put some more on. He's going to try to do the whole slide or finish whatever parts of the slide need
Yeah, at
to
least
be.
just this face part.
Yeah.
The top, I won't worry about it, but just
Yeah.
just the bottom
Just
and the verticals.
Here,
Horizontal and the vertical.
here, and here. So, but I mean, for what we've gotten accomplished, or mainly Chase has gotten accomplished so far today, we're doing pretty good. So for those who are wondering, what are you using to take it off?
I think it's a 5-in-1 or 10-in-1. I think it's a 5-in-1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-in-1 tool. Something like that. So, it really come in handy. This is just a Walmart Heart brand, so we can get any brand you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting it though.
Yeah. It's coming off pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's just take some mineral spirits and
For those who are wondering, mineral spirits is that right there. You just put it in a spray bottle and then
I just kind of
spray
the
it.
spray part's kind of messed up on me, but I'll just use it as just kind of
Yeah.
just put a little bit on.
Trying to get a good thumbnail picture,
Huh?
maybe. Trying to get a good thumbnail picture, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me know when you need the caulking. I'm gonna go fold the clothes.
All right.
I'll take your microphone, sir.
Huh?
I'll take your microphone. Thank you.
Hey.
Bye. All right, no, y'all, we are so exciting. But this is also real life, so what do you expect? Hi. Tell our friends to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah? Tell them like, comment, and subscribe? No? Okay. Okay, dinner time. I have done laundry, folded all the clothes, which was really nice. Chase is doing some more resealing on some like random spots or whatever. I'll show you all before it gets dark what Chase did on the roof, so don't worry, I've not forgotten that. But we are going to make probably one of our favorite meals besides the enchiladas. Don't worry, I promise you I will give you all the enchilada recipe, so make sure you're subscribed. But homemade pizzas. We are also not, oh, hold on. Sorry, our dehumidifier was on. Also, freeway, if you hear that as well. And it's still a little cold. I don't want to take my beanie off, so sorry. Homemade pizzas. Now, I do not make the sauce and I do not make the cheese. I have done both before and it's just, I just don't have the time right now. So, but we do make the homemade dough. This makes 2 loaves. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step. Yes, I have a KitchenAid. You can mix it with your hands if you need to, if you don't have a KitchenAid. So just because I have one doesn't mean you don't have to either. I will leave the link to the recipe below because it is a Food Network recipe. So you'll need 1.5 cups of warm water, not hot because you'll kill your yeast, but you need warm. And then you need 1 envelope of instant yeast. I just got this one from Walmart. We're going to add this. Pro tip, when you're doing any sorts of breads, to make your bowl not stick, it's always best to put your wet stuff at the bottom because that way it kind of helps catch everything and you're not having like flour crusted and all that stuff at the bottom. The water kind of helps pick it up. There you go, pro tip for you. Because yeast like sugar to help it. Just gonna put about a teaspoon of sugar. This is the organic cane sugar. You can use whatever sugar. Don't, either this or like the white sugar. Don't use like coconut sugar. But this is just need like a teaspoon. You don't need that much, just a little, not that much. Don't worry, I will leave the actual recipe below. 3.5 cups to 4 cups of flour. You can use whole wheat flour. I have done it before. I personally prefer whole wheat, but I don't have any whole wheat flour. And this is what we have. So this is all-purpose flour. You can also use bread flour if you want to. I always start off with about 3.5 cups. And then if I need to add more, I can. It's always, I find it easier to add flour than to add water if the dough is really dry. It's just easier to incorporate more flour than water. That's just been my experience. Yeah, it's about 3.5 cups. Don't worry, my hands are clean. 2 teaspoons of salt. Bread dough hook. You can obviously do this with your hands if you need to. Plug it in. We're going to do it on the slow. And then you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but I'm just gonna use avocado oil. And I've done it before and it's fine. Just use 2 tablespoons. Nice. And then it's come up. There's Chase going to the trash can. I don't know if you can see him. All right, so you can see how it's like, it pulled away from the bowl really well. And I want to show you all kind of the texture here. So you see how it's still kind of sticky. It's not, you want it to be smooth. This is still pretty sticky. So we're just going to add a little bit more flour. Don't go crazy when it comes to like adding flour. We're just going to add just that much more. All right, then luck and load. Now also depending on your like elevation, you might need to add like more yeast. Depending on like your humidity, you might need to add more flour. If it's super dry, you might need to add more water. So you want, just kind of be mindful of those things, just because if you follow step by step of what I'm doing, I'm at like no elevation pretty much where we're at right now, and it's pretty humid. So I'm just letting you know, if you do the same thing and you're at a super high elevation, then yeah. All right, we are getting there. It's still almost a little too sticky for me. You want your dough to be a little bit warm too, because it just helps with the rise. All right, so we're just gonna, that much, yeah, maybe that much. Remember, it's always easy. For me, I feel like it's always easy to add flour and then water to a dough. So that's why I do it like this. All right, let's, should be good now. Sorry, you got flour on you. All right, it looks a little better. Sorry, y'all. All right, now you see how it's like smooth? It's kind of hard to tell, but like I don't feel any, oops, I know my finger has dough on it, but like it's not sticking. It's like going and like coming up. So that is what you want. So let me put you down. I just kind of like knead it like this into a ball. Could I do it on the counter? Yeah, I could, but you also don't want to knead this dough too long. So I'm just kind of doing it to where it forms a nice little bowl. Ta-da! Now I'm probably thinking, what in the world? All right, so let me show you. This is the pizza dough. So see how it kind of, it's not going to spring back that much, but it's just a little, nothing. It's nice and smooth. It's not sticky at all. So that is what you want. If you do whole wheat flour, you need to do the same thing. You will need more whole wheat flour because it just absorbs so much water. It's all nice and, you know, round. Looks great. We are going to put a little bit of avocado oil in this bowl. We're gonna cover it and we're gonna stick it in the warmest spot in the camper. If the sun was still out and like pretty warm, I honestly would stick it in the truck, like in the bowl covered and everything, because the truck or your car kind of act like a bread proofer in the sense of just gets hot and it just kind of, all that heat just sits in there. So it's really good for bread. There's a little hack for you. If you're doing bread and you need it to rise, just stick it in your car if it's warm outside. Don't do it if it's super hot because then you'll bake it, but you know what I mean. Lightly oil, just so it doesn't stick to the bowl. Just easier for it to rise if it's oiled. In she goes. I don't have any saran wrap. That's okay. I'm just gonna use a dish towel. It'll work just as fine. This will usually take about an hour, but because it's not as warm in here, I'm gonna give it at least maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half-ish. So just letting you know. Let's find a warm spot here. Is it warm in the truck or no? Yeah. He knows exactly what I'm asking too.
If I put it on the driver's side, we'd probably be fine.
I'll leave it in here then.
Okay.
That's okay.
Put it in the laundry room.
Okay, good. It is warm in there.
People will probably be like,
I got that on video too.
What? Whoa.
Nice. How did it go outside?
Good.
Yeah?
Please.
You got a lot done today.
I did.
Well, I mean,
did.
you did.
This side over here was good. This part, it wanted to kind of stick weird. So, but it's fine. It looks fine.
Yeah.
But I'll probably redo it eventually. But everything else looks freaking dialed in.
Nice. Okay.
Really good.
That's good.
But
well, do you want to show them what you did on the roof?
I can.
You can do that right now.
Yeah. Before I get too comfortable.
Yeah, before you get too comfortable.
put this
I'll be waiting up
Okay.
for you.
dish towel. I'm just gonna stick it where the sun is hitting it. I just accidentally threw that in the trash with no trash bag. Anybody else done that before? All right. Chase is patiently waiting for me. So let's meet him on the roof.
Everything else over there looks so dialed in.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks really good. Look how good this looks too. I recocked around.
Oh wow, that looks really good, babe. Well done.
No more.
No,
More.
it was cracking pretty good.
Yeah. it
Right
needs to
there.
be. Really, the whole camper needs to
Yeah.
be done, but I'm gonna do that this summer, I think.
Yeah. But hey, for what needs to be done, it looks really good.
It does.
So you can see where Chase.
Yeah, I wouldn't show that part,
Well,
but yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It
It's
looks
okay.
good.
It looks good.
It's just it's old. It's dirty. It
Yeah.
needs to be.
What
I
do you
mean, this
expect?
is what it is.
I'm still gonna show them though, because I think the people need to know.
I agree.
To the roof. I personally do not like the roof, to be quite honest.
All right, so I used Dicor lap sealant. I got the Dove color, and I should have gotten the white. I didn't realize it, but it's all right. So I used the Dicor lap sealant self-leveling, and it worked out good. I feel like I'm gonna try maybe a different brand, maybe the 3M marine grade lap sealant instead. But it turned out all right. The roof's old, but hey, at least it's sealed up around
Yeah.
the.
So you did this right here, those two skyline things. Did this one here too.
And I also did the front.
Oh, and the front, yeah.
When you walk over there, you can. I also
And
did the front
front, you can see the front.
cap part too. So
Front
it
cap
turned out
part.
good.
So
It
not bad. Oh, we also, I don't know if we've shared this, but we took out the
yeah, the antenna.
the
is right
antenna
here.
thing that was right here. I don't know
So,
if we showed y'all that or
yeah.
not. We did that.
When or if we ever get a new roof, there is a hole right here. It's kind of
Yeah.
soft right somewhere. Right here. But we'll put new wood down if need be. You
Yeah.
know. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the solars. We'll put
Yeah.
a lot of panels on
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna be awesome. So, but that took you a good bit just because of, you wanted to take your time and stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks really good.
Yeah. I put a Turnabon around it first, and I was like, you know what, we're not
Yeah,
doing
and
that.
you can see the
So I put that
Eternabond,
back up, and
the gray
only use
sticky
a
stuff.
Turnabon when you need to. It's a
Yeah.
great product.
Yeah.
And I'm really not pleased with how well the Dicor lap sealant
Yeah.
looks and the way it kind of went on. But hey, we're not looking for.
No.
All right, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think that's for the ceiling. Oh, you want to show them the stairs, the front stairs?
Oh yeah,
Oh, and you did these too.
yeah, I did those too.
Yeah. Do you have it going?
Yep. She is climbing down the steps. Ladder. There she is. All right.
I have my mic in my pocket.
Anyway, so
Sorry about that.
I installed the Gorilla Tape grip tape along the steps of the stairs in the back, and
How much was that
so
tape?
much more. $15, I think, for a roll of it. So
We still have quite a bit left.
yeah, you might be able to find a more affordable brand, but hey, that stuff's
Yeah.
works
Well,
really
especially
well.
with how much you've gone up and down on the roof lately, I
Yeah,
think that was definite.
I agree.
I
Definitely.
mean, on the safety standpoint,
Definitely.
golly. This is probably one of my, I know it sounds really weird, but I think this is probably one of my favorite things that we've done lately to the camper.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, we also, before we show them, we also did LED lights around the camper. I don't know if we've shared that or not lately.
You might want to grab a little buddy.
Yeah. Did you see him like
Pops
jump?
out so quick. Hey, buddy.
So we didn't video us actually doing it because it's kind of boring. Well, Chase, if you're being
I
honest.
installed new LED
Yeah.
lighting all the way around the camper.
Yeah, so all the brake lights, the whole rear changed to LED, the front top. So all of them, I think it was a little over $200 for the lights. And then you did it yourselves. It probably could have taken a day to do them
Yeah.
all, maybe.
But it was
So,
raining. It was
yeah, we were kind of having to deal with the weather.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. I mean, huge safety for what
Very.
they were. But this is our favorite thing, well, mine,
upgrade
that
this
we've done.
winter,
Yeah.
or this, yeah.
So let me show you. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
It's the
So-
stairs. Ooh, ah.
We've got some grip. I guess you'd call it like I don't know, kind of like it's almost like an AstroTurf kind of rubberized grip thing, and then we got 2 carpet steps up here so we can start wiping our feet off. The carpet's good. I like the carpet, but I don't like it because you can see all the grass clippings. I don't know if I want to have, but at the same time, I didn't want to. These were $50 each right here, the bottom step, and these were $20. I didn't want to spend $150 for all three just yet because I didn't know if Kenai was gonna like this bottom step, the kind of that rough. But I like this bottom one so much and the way it fits. I might end up purchasing 2 more.
Really?
I just don't know if he's gonna like it though.
Yeah, but it is really nice, and they just clip underneath. So you didn't need any hardware, no tools.
It comes with the hardware.
Yeah, so you don't need anything to install it because
it's very nice.
We just had one carpet and that was it.
Yeah, because other ones I think the previous owner had taken them off.
It's awesome, especially if it gets icy on it. You could slip and fall on the stairs.
Yeah.
So
because I didn't have any extra grip tape on it.
Yeah.
Which if we did, it would probably be better. But
yeah.
This would be really good to have.
Mm-hmm. We're usually in places that have grass majority of the time, like there's no concrete or anything like that.
Yes.
And so we don't put a floor mat in front of our steps because, one, we don't want to ruin the RV park's grass. I don't like doing that at some RV parks. Yeah. And so we don't have a floor mat. I've seen some people with them.
You can see here where we're walking, we're already kind of beating up the grass there, but hey, it's just what it is.
Yeah. But, we don't have a floor mat. Like I know some people will, but it just helps because Kenai brings in stuff. Chase will bring in stuff from work, which is fine. I'll bring in grass, but I really think this has minimized it quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not having to sweep as much compared to, what we've been doing. So,
yeah.
We got these on
E-Trailer.
Yep. Not sponsored, but E-Trailer. We've given y'all a lot of money lately. Just kidding.
Yep.
Once a pizza's made, I think we'll talk about work. All right, be right back.
All right, so the dough has risen quite a bit. I think it was about like an hour or so. It's really important that you have warm water when you do this because if you do this with cold water, it's not gonna really rise that much. So I'm going to cut it in half.
Turn that lighting on over there too.
Sorry, it gets dark so quick here.
How many pizzas will this make?
This will make 2 pizzas. Even if you do it with
Are you doing those honey pig ones with the honey stuff? No?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't find good pepperoni though,
That's
but
fine.
I did find prosciutto. Yeah, we're making Chase's favorite. So I'm just using, you can use whatever you want to cut it in half, but you just want to like get it in half. See how nice this looks? Oh, this looks so good. So that is that. And then you could, if you wanted to have like a true pizza experience in your camper oven, what you could do is you could put a pizza stone on the rack and let it heat up until it's like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get a better angle.
Oh, okay. If you want like a true like pizza experience and stuff, like if you had like a solo stove type thing, what you could do is you could put a pizza stone on your oven rack and then let the pizza stone heat to like 500 degrees or so. Use the little temp gun and then get a peel and put it on there and chuck it in the oven that way. But I just don't feel like doing that tonight. Plus sometimes for me, I feel like I get my oven dirty in the sense of like the semolina flour kind of gets everywhere in my oven. So I mean, do it at your own risk if you decide to do it that way. What I mean is you'll have your pizza stone in the oven and then you'll put your pizza on this and then you'll move it pretty quickly on your stone in the oven. But I'm just gonna do on regular pizza pans and it will be fine. That's an option if you don't have a solo stove. I'm going to put some semolina flour. You don't have to put semolina flour on it if you don't want to. Just gives a nice little texture at the bottom and kind of helps it not, especially if you have a solo stove, then you definitely want to use semolina.
A good amount.
Yeah, especially on your pizza peel, the thing that puts the pizzas in the oven, because your dough will stick to the peel and then like there's no way of getting your pizza off. And then just get one dough. You don't need to like, it really doesn't need much to like, I'm not a professional. I just like to stretch it by hand. I personally don't like using a roller when it comes to, I know someone in the comments is saying, this is not how you stretch pizza. Well, you know what? That is fine. But I don't like using a roller because it just, I feel like stretching it is just better than using a roller. That's just, I feel like I've gotten a better crust or whatever. So just gonna kind of like stretch it all the way out. It will rise more in the oven, so don't think that like, oh, it's so thin. No, you'll be fine. Even with if you use whole wheat doesn't stretch like this. So if you think, oh my gosh, it's so thin, you'll be fine. We have jar pizza sauce. This is Rvers, how do you pronounce them? It's a good quality. Yes, some people are gonna say, well, you didn't make it. Well, that's okay.
We ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, not right now, anyway. I have some marinara sauce, so I wanted to use that jar first. And then jeez. Can you do this for me? Oh, hold on. Maybe I just needed the
I just
prayed over it or something. All right,
the force.
The force. If you do have like, if you do get a jarred sauce and you think, oh, this is pretty runny, maybe if you have tomato paste, I would put a little bit of tomato paste in it because it just helps make it thicker. Here's a little.
Okay, now. Yeah.
Guess I gotta give him a little bit of cheese. He can have a little bit of mozzarella.
He's had enough. He's had a lot. He can have a little bit, but he's had a lot.
He's had a lot of cheese yesterday.
Okay, now you love the cheese. You love the cheese. You love the cheese.
I just really use whatever toppings we have. This is also a good way to like use whatever food is in your fridge. I mean, just try it. If we're having people over and I make pizzas, I'll do 2. Like I'll make the pizza dough twice. I won't double it, I'll just make it twice. And then I'll have 4 pizzas if we have people over. That's usually what I've done in the past. Usually, if we're really hungry, you and I will eat both these pizzas.
Yes, which I'm very hungry, so
we might eat.
See.
Yeah, but if not, we'll have leftovers, and then you'll take the leftovers for lunch the next day to work. Is usually kind of how it works. But it really just depends on how hungry you are. So I preheated my oven to 450. Ta-da! And then in the oven, it goes. I'll check on it about like 10 minutes or so, and then I'll rotate it.
Is that it for that pizza?
Yeah, that's it for that one.
Stop.
Well, let's do the second one quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just make the second one. So this one is going to be spinach. So it just doesn't really, he wants some cheese.
Ricky, I'll pick you up. And yeah.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Yankina hanging out. Oh, yeah.
He is so glued onto like...
Ooh, he stretches his neck out whenever he gets closer. He's like, oh, yeah, let me smell. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks, babe. It does go down quite. Spinach does like cook down pretty good. So if you do want to see us use our solo stove, leave a comment.
Next week we can.
Yeah, the pizza stove. Yeah. We just didn't.
I've got to go to Houston.
Well, you can tell them. Yeah, you can tell them now.
Yeah, so I got to go to Houston this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I have well testing to hire in with a company to start the spring off with them. So I'm excited about it. Don't know where we're at, where they'll send me.
Yeah.
Just got to pass them first.
Yeah. Well, for those
So-
who don't know, what is a well test?
A well test is a series of tests that you have to take in order to get approved to weld for that company. Different companies have different tests that you have to take, and so, yep.
So like so a lot of times, like if you have a job, sometimes you don't really have the job until you pass
That's
the
right.
well test.
Yes,
So it's kind of like, oh sweet, you have a job, but you have to pass the well test.
that's right.
And then with some companies, you have to take a weld test, or not a weld test, you have to make a weld like
Within
every
6
6
months.
months.
Or a year, just depends on how the company,
Yeah.
but typically it's 6 months.
Yeah. If not, then you have to retest again. You know, but if you stick with one company, you never have to weld test again.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you want to do. So if you want to know if we have a job next week,
Tune back in.
yeah, tune back in.
It may or may not. No, we'll pass them.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you'll do great. Sweet. All right, that one's done. It takes probably a good full, I mean, it depends on how much cheese you want. I'd buy one, like, 16-ounce bag of cheese. Forgot to pay my tax. He knows, too. Okay, I'll put it in your bowl, because it's shredded pretty good. There you go. Are you ready? Come here. I think that wraps it up. We'll show an end clip of what it looks like at the end. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We are like this close to hitting 1,000 subs, so we would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to our video. Join us along on our RV adventures and all that stuff. We keep it very real. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.